I'm reporting on the Nature Working Group, and I think I want to say, probably on behalf of all of us, how grateful we are that the city undertook this plan to begin with, and that it got us a plan to be working with. That's no mean feat. Regarding the Nature Working Group, there were two themes that were pervasive throughout our discussions. One was the balancing act between conservation and recreation, that is, nature to be conserved for its intrinsic value versus nature as a resource for humans. And that tug of war played out throughout our discussions and even is implied in the actual plan. The second theme that was pervasive was the environmental literacy need, and I think each group will feel the same way, that education became very important for that group. Our recommendations, our early meetings started off with a very wide range of ideas, some that had some attitude, such as counter the city bias toward development with a tax to support open space. And some were more lighthearted, such as hold a sustainable rap concert, create a movement for wildlife, and call San Francisco for help. We eventually synthesized those into 25 goals, which I won't list, but they centered around education being the priority goal, habitat protection, increased green space, and the integration of legislation and policy to protect natural areas. And I'm happy to say that City Wildlife's little rehab center made it into goal 25. The final plan does acknowledge the balancing act. Two of the goals deal with protection of natural resources and the watershed. The third goal increases human access to parks. They may have been in a different order from how we ordered them, but they were all there. What the plan doesn't do is give a sense of the integration of how this all works in reality, nor did it provide a physical reality, that is, a land use plan for how this is all going to play out. There are two action items that we would strongly recommend be carried out because they will produce that physical reality. One is a connectivity map of wildlife habitats, very important for wildlife conservation. And the second is the same plan but for the open space, the human use, an open space plan to increase residential connections. It's going to be challenging to implement this plan. We have many large projects underway in D.C., McMillan Reservoir, 25 acres, Poplar Point, 110 acres, Walter Reed, 67 acres, and the latent elephant in the room, which is the Soldiers and Airmen's Home, which has some significant wildlife habitat on it, 272 acres. So we need to keep the pressure on to maintain open space in these areas because they don't have an inherent economic value. City Wildlife sees itself as an educational partner. Our rehab center, yes, it will rehab wildlife, but it's also an educational tool. When you get someone with a bird with an injured wing in there and their kid, you've got a captive audience for a half an hour. You can teach them anything, and we will be doing that. If all goes well, we may, in fact, be able to create a movement. Thank you.